Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good, having a good week. It's starting to get nice out. I'm in Canada, so it takes a little while to get nice out. We're going to have a look here at the Diddy jury and how they are taking Cassie's testimony. All I know about this week is that Cassie testified. I don't know. I need to actually go and actually look at what's going on. I've heard like bits and pieces, but I haven't actually paid close attention. So we will see what comes up here, how they are viewing Cassie's testimony. No, that's too many. Okay. First energy coming up, 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. Along with the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 7 and the 4 of Pentacles, they're holding judgment for now. I do feel that they feel like this testimony was difficult for her. So that 7 of Pentacles, it's not like a negative card, but it's like, the way I read it, it's like somebody who's like really trying to, put the work in. In this context, it would be like this energy of seeing that something is difficult. So what she's doing is difficult. And then with this 4 of Pentacles, they're holding judgment on her testimony. So they are being open-minded, I would say, with that. Some are really feeling for her. Oh, that's interesting. We've got the King of Cups holding a baby, and she's pregnant, and they tried to hide the pregnancy. Now, I'm not sure if they actually succeeded. All I heard was that Diddy didn't want the jury seeing she's pregnant, but how do you really hide that? So I don't know if the judge said that he would do that or not, but either way, they've clocked it. If they did hide it, they've clocked it. Somebody has clocked it, and they're feeling for her having to go through all of this while she's so very pregnant. And then these 6 of Swords coming up. So they're happy that her testimony will be ending soon. And then she can go about her life. There's a lot of sympathy for her. Even here, it's a feeling of sympathy for her, for what she's been through. Intuitively, I kind of feel like there's one or two members of the jury that are not as sympathetic. Oh, you can't see that. That are not as sympathetic, and they're kind of like, you made your choice. But for the most part, it feels like there's a pretty overall consensus of feeling kind of bad for her and feeling compassion for her. Excuse me. Then we have the Eight of Cups, emotional journey. I just saw a female wiping a tear from her eye. So I don't know if this is something that I guess we wouldn't know because we can't see the jury. But there's a female that is very affected by Cassie's testimony. A female juror. And the King of Pentacles coming up. So this female juror she's looking at Diddy as just somebody that he kind of controlled everything. Like she's seeing his control. Not just of Cassie, but of other people. His need for control of everyone around him. And maybe that's sparking an emotional thing in her because of some of her own past experiences. Now, I do have to say, of course, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. I'm not, I don't know these people, and I'm not making any accusations. Okay, and then we have the Page of Wands. And the Ace of Swords. So, I do think the jurors are trying to maintain, like, keep their emotions in check, maintain a distance from what's being said in order to try to do their jobs properly. This Ace of Swords showing up is showing me a lot of logic within the jury. So they are taking things into consideration. They are trying not to let their emotions through Cassie's testimony get the best of them. And we have Five of Swords coming up here. Yeah, it's a struggle though. Especially for one, there's one juror that's really struggling with what she's hearing. And it's a female. And the Sun. Okay, they're showing that things are coming to the light. They're showing that the jurors are seeing that things that Cassie has said have been stuff that she has held for so long, and now that she's kind of able to tell her story fully, I think that's appreciated by the jury. The sun is nurturing, right? So having the sun come up, at least when I have the sun, it tells me that there's a lot of nurturing energy coming from the person or people that we are talking about. Strength. They see Cassie as very strong. I would say even that her testimony is very strong, but they're viewing Cassie as being somebody that has overcome a lot. I think that they're trying to keep their emotions in check. They're trying to make sure that they're looking at the evidence. You know, they want to make sure that they don't mess it up, but they're really connecting with Cassie, it feels, except for like these two people. And I don't even think that they're necessarily against Cassie or for Diddy. I think that they're very, very analytical, these two people. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, the jury is admiring Cassie for her strength and what she's going through. Everything really feels like, aside from these two, that they are really connecting with Cassie emotionally, even though they're trying not to. Okay. Then we have 10 of Pentacles coming up. Three of Pentacles. And Four of Cups. Okay, so this tells me that they will be able to work together as a team, the jury, with that Three of Pentacles coming up. The 10 of Pentacles, they're pretty solid. It's a pretty solid jury. Good personalities, people that are going to be able to work through this without letting Diddy's celebrity change their opinion one way or the other. And with that Four of Cups coming up, yeah, they're going to ignore some of the evidence that, some of them will ignore some of the evidence that doesn't sit right with them. So, I mean, that might be in Diddy's favor or not. It feels though like it feels more in Cassie's favor because there's more. I want to pull to clarify the Four of Cups. Is this kind of ignoring something on the side of the prosecution or the defense? So we have Four of Swords coming up. And Seven of Swords. Okay, whatever they've heard about Cassie, they're letting go for now. That feels like they're more on the side of the prosecution. And okay, because I think that they think that Diddy thinks he can get away with stuff. not because of his fame, because they're not paying attention to that, but because of just, you know how sometimes you look at somebody and you just feel a certain way about them? This is kind of where that's coming in. So, well, I mean, so far it feels like we've only had Cassie's testimony, I believe. I'll go have a look at it all, but it feels like the jury is very much focused on making sure that they understand the whole truth. But there's a little bit of a slant towards Cassie. Some of it is because she's pregnant and there's people connecting with her on having to go through this at this time in her pregnancy. But some of it is just the things they're hearing. And I do feel she is being believed. So far, let's have a look here. One more card at the outcome of the trial based on what they hear now. Five of Cups, emotional struggle. I'm going to pull a couple more. For who? Okay, let's clarify this. The outcome. Okay, sorry, I had to stop it there. I was having a little bit of a sneeze attack. Okay, we are going to do, what is the outcome? How is Cassie going to feel at the end of this trial? And then how is Diddy going to feel at the end of this trial? So Cassie, Ace of Wands, and Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so Ace of Wands brings in some pretty positive energy. It's like there's a little bit of a fire under her butt. Like, okay, so that tells me she's happy with the outcome so far. That can change depending on testimony that is given next week. And the Eight of Pentacles coming up here, I think that she's proud of herself for having the courage to stand up and say what she needed to say and tell her story, even though I feel like she doesn't really want to. It's so private. I think that she's just doesn't want to have to put that out there. But so far it looks like her energy at the end of the trial is positive. So that doesn't tell us that there's a guilty or innocent verdict. It just tells us that how she feels. She feels like she's done a good job and she did what she had to do. So then Diddy we have here. Oh, the Devil. Oh, let me just pick that up. Okay, sorry, it's probably in the wrong spot now too. So the card that fell on the floor was the Fool. So, it looks like whatever the outcome, Cassie is going to be okay. She's going to feel like she has some kind of closure for herself. And Diddy has the Devil and the Fool. He's not so happy at the end of the trial. Now, that doesn't also mean a guilty or an innocent verdict. It could be this toxic energy, this evil energy, because he feels very exposed and betrayed by people. And the Fool is yeah, it kind of feels like that, like that he feels that he took a chance trusting some people and he shouldn't have. So, I mean, overall, I think that so far so good. The jury is taking Cassie seriously. A couple of them are a little bit jaded around Cassie's testimony. You know that feeling of like it's your own fault. What were you wearing? Like that kind of feeling. I wouldn't say it's that bad, but on that scale, like on that kind of energy. But that doesn't mean that they're going to let it affect how they see the evidence. It does look like they are trying to keep their emotions about Cassie's testimony in check and look at the facts regardless of where they stand with their emotions. So we'll see. I now have to go catch up on what happened this week. I've just had like little bits and I don't know, it's really heavy, so I don't know if I want to. But let me know how you feel below. And I am trying to get to 50 subscribers so I can go live and do some free readings once a week. That would be great. So if you can help me get there, that would be fantastic. All right, I am now going to work on your readings for next week, and I will see you then.